Hello, hello everybody. Welcome in. Lovely to see you all here. Welcome Erica and Brittany, Millie, Kimberlyn, Adele, Atlanta, Kat. Welcome Vera and Polly and Holly. Lots of people I've seen in Holly's chat. She was live streaming just before me. Hi Alexis and Sarah and Marielle and Kaz and Lucy squared. Double Lucy. Hi Hannah, hi Adriana. Your YouTube setup looks like it's changed. Interesting. Hi Amy. Can it be Amy? Ooh. YouTube is always messing with stuff, honestly. Yours looks the same. Hiya Anna. Hiya Romany. Welcome in. What happened to the sun? Well, yeah, it was gloomy this afternoon. Hiya Anastasia. Kimberlyn, how's the chat? Is it easier to read today? I increased the font size a little bit, so hoping that's good. And I was tweaking around with the information here. Just so you're wondering, I'm using the Black Widow pencils and I'm colouring in Fragile World. Still not quite aligned like perfectly. But it was getting to the point where I was like, I need to get on with this now. I just want to move the book colouring down a bit like that. There we go. Hiya Ivy, easier to read and you appreciate it on the right. Perfect. Look at that giant turtle. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to colour this on stream, and Holly was like, how are you going to do that all in one? And I was like, just a little turtle. It's not the size of your hand. But I did find a reference photo, which I will try to show you. I got it up on Pinterest, so I based the colours off of this little picture here. I thought that was cute. Just looked up hatchling turtle. And I liked the kind of greens and browns in the shell. Thought it was a bit more interesting. So I picked out some pencils and the best match was the Black Widows for me. So I've got chalk tone, dungeon and leaf green for the main shell, leather and oyster for the sort of skin, I don't know what you call it, the body of the turtle. Then I got brown fog and murk for the shell, and stink bug and mango for the sand. Easier to read, appreciate it on the right, that's good. Hi Ivan, hi Nikki, welcome. Gut is hurting today, you ate too much potato chips, oh dear. Oh dear. I just wolfed down a curry, very tasty. Black Widow has some great pencil names, honestly it's one of my favourite things about them. And I said last week that I'd placed an order for open stock pencils and they already arrived. They arrived in just over a week, I think it was 8 days, a week and a day. Couldn't believe it. When they arrived I was like, what? I was just like, what? And the stamps that came on the box are so cute. I'm just, yeah, covering up my address. Look at those little stamps. So cute. It's a bilby. BRB, I need coffee. Stink bug, yeah, stink bug is a great name. Love stink bug. It's a nice kind of yellow toned brown. What is everyone working on? You're doing your Buddy with Yolanda in Disney Mandalas. Lovely. I was working on a big vitro page earlier today. I'll show you where I got up to. I think I'll be doing a whips of the week next week. Ooh, is it going to hit? Yes it is. Ooh, but I was watching A Bug's Life with Zoe and started colouring this. I just coloured her during the film and then did the background after, and all my hands started to ache. This is Black Widow pencils as well. Yeah, it's turning out nice and bright and fun. So that's what I was working on today. And I also filmed and uploaded my Q&A video because today is my 2-year YouTube anniversary, which is really exciting. You need coffee, coffee away. Dale's trying out your new Guangnan markers. They feel lovely, but the shaking part annoys me because the little rattly thing inside keeps getting stuck. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you have to proper shake some of them. I find the Artex, which I have finished filming the review, I just need to edit and do a voiceover for it. But these are really nice to shake, and they're not like crazy loud. So I've been really enjoying using them. Hi Tara, welcome in. Nikki's working on Urban Anna, nearly finished. Lovely. You're very interested in the new Crayola alcohol markers that are coming out? Yeah, they seem intriguing. Definitely. Also, I'm doing a cat colour by number, so many pages to do, but I am here playing with new markers because my brain likes new shiny things. Don't blame you. You're working on work. Later you'll be finishing off the suit of wands in tarot colouring though. Lovely. You're working on the collaboration by Jazzy Doodle Designs and Magical Worlds. Ooh, which page are you doing, Adriana? I've got the Kingfisher and the Diamond page. Just move my camera back. You only have the Grindel Super Golden markers. Happy anniversary, thank you. Yeah. I had a little sort of celebration thing when I logged into YouTube Studio this morning. It was like, it's been 2 years, and I was like, I know, I checked. Yeah, it feels like, I still feel, it's weird, I still feel new to YouTube, I honestly do. And 2 years compared to others really isn't that long. Well, some have been here for like 10 years. Right, I'm just grabbing a sheet of paper. You're getting ready to take one of your medications. You have page number 10, the castle on the rocks with the moon in the back. Ooh, nice. Nice little scene there. Right, most of these are sharp, but a couple of them aren't. Hi Laurie, welcome. As I was filming that Q&A video, got my little collection of Nubbies just sat next to me. I really do need to just get a jar because, like, this is a good collection now. It's very satisfying to get them all out the drawer and admire them, admire the Nubbies. Right, what am I going to start with? I don't know. Let me get my Vera Made You by the Super Golden markers. They are fab. I love them. What do I want? Pinterest. This picture. There we go. Might download it actually. Just so then. Oh. And I've got it ready. There we go. Zoom you in a bit. Well, indirectly Jess made you buy them, yes, because I made Vera buy them. Hashtag Vera made me buy it and Jess made her buy them. I don't know. Didn't take long for the word Nubbies to happen. Yeah, get your Nubbies out everyone. Love this book so much. I want to finish it, but I also don't want to finish it, then it will be over. Luckily I'm nowhere near that point. I know exactly what you mean. There is a bittersweet feeling to finishing a book. I had that when I finished, well, the only book I have ever finished, which is 50 Mythical Miniatures. And I don't know what to start with. It was a great feeling to finish, don't get me wrong, but it's like, oh, now it's done. Influenced by train. Sorry, I can't stay long, need to get daughter ready for bed. Bed. Have a good stream. You take care, Polly. Hiya MJ, welcome. Yes, the buy-in train comes along very often. It calls to many a station. Right, I think I'm going to start with the Dungeon pencil. This is a really unique colour. It's like a very kind of gross colour. But it's like a green toned brown, like very olivey toned, but does definitely have its uses. going to start by colouring the spots on its head. I've got the reference picture next to me here. I'm resting. For some reason I was awake at 3:30 today, couldn't get back to sleep. You take all the rest you need, Kimberlyn. We were talking about naps earlier in Holly's stream. Yeah, I think I might finish this reasonably quickly. I don't know how quickly, but I have a backup planned. I'll bring out Matchstick Mouse Cookbook to colour if I do get around to finishing this. Now I'm taking, what's this, leaf green, to bring in that kind of more greeny tone in the spots. Tried to pick a reference image that actually had a bit of green in it, because some of them are just, well, if you look up any real life images of hatchling turtles, they're all very brown, and I was like, I don't want to just have brown, I want a bit of something something. So I found this one with the green. Hiya Shona, welcome in, and welcome Alicia. Right now I'm looking at Language gel pens, 1mm on Temu, that's my current train. I have my eye on the shiny ones, but I can't decide what set to get. And I've been keeping an eye out on Vinted, if anyone's selling them on there. But it's like, I want them, but I don't really need them, and that's kind of what's holding me back. It does look like they have some good colour options though. Might zoom you in a wee bit. Just noticed how small we are. There we go. Get a bit of a better view there. Don't need to see the whole frame. My collector nerves are tingling. I haven't got this Kerby book yet. It is a good one. I love it. It took me a while to like truly appreciate it though. It wasn't until about last year when I came back to this book and I was like, you know what, I love it. If you watch my rank and rate, it was kind of in the middle, I think. I want to say it was like 4th. Looking at my collection, yeah, I think it was 4th. Whereas now, I think it might be higher. I don't know though. It's hard ranking things. Because even though something is, say, towards the middle or towards the bottom, it doesn't mean that you don't like it, it's just you like others more. But it is fun to look through your books and think about those that you you like the most. Sorry, I didn't say I've got leather here now. Need to rewatch your rank and rate. Please do. I have a playlist. I've got lots of playlists that I try and keep updated. All my monthly completed pages are all on one playlist. I've got like randomizers. What else have I got? Other stuff. I think quarterly updates. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do. Actually, no, I don't. That's next month is the first quarter update. I need to do my winter randomizer wrap up. That's what I need to do. I don't know what it is, but whenever we've had the first kind of week of the month, I seem to be quite slow on videos. I think because I tend to do a lot during the last week. When it gets to the start of the first week, like I've done my completed pages, I kind of just go, ah. And I'm like, what do I do now? And I can't think of anything. Even though I've got loads of ideas, but I just don't feel necessarily inspired by anything. Okay, why is that song so much louder? There we go. You have all the Kerby books, love it. I love looking at his books, and I have his drawing books too. Dark Fairy Tales is quite complex, you did well. So intimidated by his books, they're so detailed. You did manage one in Dark Fairy Tales. Yeah, Dark Fairy Tales is my absolute favourite. In fact, it is in one of my top books in my whole collection. Just realised you're not subscribed. No worries, Nikki. Thank you for subscribing. Super glittery, way more than the 72 language shiny style. Sorry, what are you referring to, Brittany? What's more glittery? I've got it on all chat. Don't know if your comment maybe didn't go through for some reason. And if it ever doesn't go through, as in you don't see it here, it's a YouTube issue. Like maybe they see a word in your comment that it doesn't like. My biggest issue is that I'm a super slow colourist, so busting out his double page spreads takes ages. They take everyone ages, honestly. They really do. Basing really helps. Really, really does. For speeding up the colouring. The 180 Saspu 1.0 glitter acrylic gel pens. Oh, I haven't heard of them. Hiya Joe, fly-by visit on date night to say, ooh, cute page. Have a drink on me. Have a lovely date night. Say hi to Greg. I haven't got Dark Fairy Tales, not my cup of tea. Love this one and Worlds Within Worlds. Hiya Rach. Yeah, I love Worlds Within Worlds too. It's one that I haven't coloured in ages. Does anyone know whether getting a mild steroid shot on your back can increase your heart rate for a few days? I don't think we've got any medical professionals in the chat, Erica, so I don't think we're necessarily the best ones to ask, I'm afraid. Oh, actually, we do have a medical professional. Tara, where's Tara? Nurse practitioner. Me too, that's because I'm a perfectionist. There's nothing wrong with that. You finished your Matchstick Mouse Autumn book. Congrats, Anastasia. It's such a great feeling to finish a book. That was one of the first ones I got. It was the very first Matchstick Mouse one I got, and one of my first books, like within my first 15 or 10. Hi Paulina, welcome in. Enjoy your date night with Mr. Piggy. He is forever Mr. Piggy to me. He is not Mr. Pence, he's Mr. Piggy. Right, I've got Oyster now. Haven't I? Yes, I have. We have one set of the Shiny Language gel pens, the rainbow set. 6 pens. Do you rate them? Are they good? Are they shiny? I figured out what's weird about my YouTube setup. Under the video it's showing me ads for other videos instead of just the video information. There are now 2 columns under the video. Ugh, honestly. There's one thing YouTube's going to do, it's push more videos. Now it looks like it's got almost moss on its back, so I'm going to colour it green. It looks leafy. Don't know why he's got moss. No, not moss. Seaweed. Kelp. I don't know. Pick your green sea themed thing. Kind of like a bit of moss on the egg as well there. I think you fixed it, nice. I always have Matchstick Mouse Autumn untouched, its simplicity is off-putting. I can understand that. Not RJ's. Morgan's art style has definitely developed in terms of his complexity and detail with his images. Can't wait for his next one. I think it's like Home Sweet Home, something like that. Sounds adorable. Yeah, Google owns YouTube. The juiciness is perfect. Love their blues and greens. Could do with a few more red/oranges though. Nice. He's a sea turtle hatchling. He needs to head to the ocean. Yep, I'm sure that's what he's eyeing up over here. Don't have a verdict for you yet on the Lango gel pens. Shiny is new for me. Metallic I can do, but shiny I'm still apprehensive about. You're doing Imagine Morphia, the page of the castle. Oh, that is an epic double pager. I've had it as a whip for several years now. I'm not sure if I will go back to it, but it's there. Went through a phase of really enjoying basing Kerby's pages in my Colour Morphia book, and then not wanting to do anything else or getting stuck on where to go with the colour scheme, so just abandoning it. And that's fine. I got the enjoyment out at the time. Moved on to greener things. I only have 2 Matchstick Mouse books, spring and either summer or autumn. I'm apprehensive about buying more. I mean, if you're not drawn to colouring in them, then that's fair enough. Like, everyone's got their own styles. No sense buying more if you haven't coloured in the ones that you do have. Evidently, yes, the steroid shot can cause rapid heart rate for 1 to 2 days. Good to know. Well, would have been good to know when you got it. You just finished your very first Kerby pick. Amazing. Right, I'm going to do his shell now. Yeah, unfortunately I don't think live, they haven't quite caught up with the technology on live videos to have automatic CC closed captions on it yet, because I know my normal videos have normal CC turned on as a default. Sometimes it can be a bit glitchy and not actually give captions straight away, and I have no idea how to change that. I'm afraid it's all down to YouTube. That looks like his underbelly there. Leather. Couldn't find any illustration or image that had a turtle hatching from the egg like this. They're all just of the turtles, so I thought that'll do. What page did you finish? Yeah, the Mermaid Two-Face one. Oh, the one with the mermaid and the merman? That one? Or the one in Dark Fairy Tales with the like reflection of the mermaid with like the evil mermaid underneath. That one. Hi Jana, welcome in. Let me show you what I was working on today. You would like to see this, as I know you were wanting to colour it too. Princess Ada. She looks so crazy bright, but her body looks so much more muted and the background looks so much more brighter on camera. They're kind of like not balancing each other out very well. But yeah, my hand started to hurt after doing this background. Whew, it was a lot. But yeah, loving how it's looking. Love, thank you. Yeah, the reflection one, yeah. Gotta love it when doctors forget to mention side effects. I was sweating insanely after starting my SSRIs and thinking what's wrong with me. Turns out it's a common side effect. Come to think of it, doctors rarely tell you any side effects. Because if I go on a new medication, I always just read the pamphlet before I take it, just so I know of any side effects to expect. And that's where I kind of learn them from. You got the shot yesterday, and now I'm already through my pace points at 1 PM, even though I've done next to nothing. Yeah, if it was only yesterday and it's 1 to 2 days, I would. If it's still continuing at the end of the weekend, then I would let someone know. Well, not someone. Seek help from a medical professional. Right, there we go. Let's grab Dungeon. I'm just following wherever Kerby's already put the shading in here. Putting my darks where you've got that cross hatching and line work. And the lightest colour at the bits which don't have the shading on it. Means you don't really have to think, which is nice. This is due to the shot. I'm not going to worry beyond taking it easy, and since it's finally snowing, that's not hard to do. Oh my gosh, more snow. It really does feel like spring is springing at the moment. We've got lots of daffodils that have appeared in gardens and on the side of the roads, which I love to see. Really brightens up your towns. They're falling asleep. Bedtime. See you later. Take care, Vera. Slap liquor. You know what? I was right that this page wouldn't take very long. I feel like I've done half of it, and it's been half an hour. Snowed here this morning. I don't have that setting, I'm afraid. Brittany. I've never seen a closed caption setting for my live streams. That was a perfect slab liquor. Oh, I'm getting better. I'm practically half Dutch now. I'm not. If I ever go to the Netherlands again, I'll just be going around telling everyone slab lekker. And they'll be just like, it's 10 AM. I'm like, look, this is all I know. You'll have 20 degrees on the weekend? Oh, wow. Snowed here this morning. I'm quick at colouring. The line work really makes it easy, because you've got those areas of shading already there. Right, grab a bit of oyster along the edge of the shell there. There we go, it's looking cute. Evening, quick pop in and then a chore to do. Hi Amy, hope you're doing well. Weather seriously needs to brighten up my tortoise. Came out of hibernation yesterday. Oh my gosh, got a tortoise. That was so cute. How old's your tortoise? Because they live to pretty old, don't they? They are a long-term commitment. It was beautiful weather here yesterday because I had to drive one of my clients to an appointment which was over an hour away, and it was a lovely day for a drive. I'm not usually one to necessarily enjoy driving, but it was quite nice. Well, getting paid to just sit in the car and drive and have a chat. It's quite nice. You're going to the Netherlands next year, and I think I'm going to order some UK books when there that I can't get in Canada. Nice. I mean, check out on Amazon Netherlands or Amazon France, because you may be able to find them there as well, which could be cheaper than ordering from Amazon UK to the Netherlands. Don't mention Amazon UK too loudly around Kimberlyn, because she's been burned by Amazon UK delivery. You ought not to be able to turn the automatic captions if you aren't using YouTube on desktop. It's only available for channels in English currently. I do everything on my phone, so I've got things on automatic settings, and occasionally I'll go on desktop, but very, very rarely. The shell looks so much better on camera than it does in real life to me. It doesn't look quite right, and I don't really know what to do. Bye Atlanta, you've got to take your tortoiseshell kitten out for a walk, so you're heading out. Oh, bless them. Take care. He's around 17, nice. Amazon UK's on my list. That's on my hit list. Oh, hi Hadassah, I didn't say hi. And hi Amy. Turtles and tortoises are a long commitment. You had a box turtle for around 25 years. Amazing. You had a delivery that went to the other house, which is called the same as ours. Or I'll never get it right. And then they'll put in the delivery, like, handed to resident. And you go, lies. Lies. I don't understand how they don't have a better kind of crackdown procedure on delivering things in the rain or to the wrong house, or lying that they've delivered it to the resident when they haven't. Hi Jasmine, welcome. So I'm colouring the shell now, starting with brown fog for all of the bits that are in the shadow area. So anything that we've got all this strong hatching on. They took a picture, and I knew it wasn't ours and the other one. We had it where they took a picture, and I was in the middle of complaining to their customer services, and then our neighbour knocked. They delivered it to a couple of doors down. I just didn't recognise the house. It was like a red brick. I was like, we don't have a red brick house. Yeah, luckily the neighbours are on it, unlike the posties. Actually, no, our postie is great. We love Steve. But it's everyone else. And I got, what's this, Merc. Didn't even get a picture of mine. I didn't want to take a picture because they put it in the rain when I have a covered porch. Literally ridiculous. I went to one of my clients' house one evening and they dumped their parcel in the rain. It hadn't just started raining, it had been raining all day, and they just left it by the gate. And it was just like, why? Why? So I told her, and she was like, right, let me have him. I was like, I know she'd start attacking him. Fun fact, almost all calico and tortoiseshell kittens are female because the orange-black gene is carried by X chromosomes, so cat needs two of them to have both colours. Yeah, I did know that, actually. And also, 80% of ginger cats are male, so Lexi's quite unusual. In more ways than one. Honestly, bless her, she has been so sleepy today. She had her annual checkup at the vet's yesterday, and the injections must have just taken it out of her today. She has been non-stop sleeping. Usually when there's people home she'll like wander around a bit, but until probably about 5 o'clock She's just been sleeping on my mum's bed. She'd been there since this morning, since about 9, 10 a.m. My dad said even when he went downstairs to get his breakfast in the morning, usually she's meowing at the door saying like, "Give me food." And this morning she was just sat on the radiator, and then he gave her food and she didn't even touch it. And she came and sat on my lap for a bit and slept that whole time. Usually she fusses for quite a while, but nope, she just immediately sat down and went to sleep. Very sleepy girl today. Yeah, poor Lexi. Tired little girl. Oh, we got a setting for Apple Live Captions. Go to Settings, then Accessibility. Live Captions, just tested it and it works for YouTube live chats. Amazing. Hiya Artistic, welcome in. I think the stuff on the turtle shell is sand, it just occurred to me. Yeah, this bit, definitely sand. This is like, it's leafy looking, so I just did it as like moss. Or seaweed, whatever. They are my childhood. Toby was a tortie and white. She lived until she was 17. I coloured it with sand too. My cats had their boosters last weekend. Ruined their whole weekend, bless them. Did she get shots? Those can knock the kitties out. Yeah, she had, I don't know what injections. I didn't go with her. But the, you know, annual ones. I think it's worming injections? I don't know. So weird he drew it like that. Yeah, there's just like these random tufty bits. I mean, I suppose they could... It doesn't look like sand texture though. Like, it's a different texture to what's down here. Hi Lucy, welcome. Yeah, page is almost done. And I haven't even been here for an hour. I had a feeling it was going to be quick, but not quite that quick. Right, just one grab. Where is it? Where is it? This one. Snow. Just to blend the white parts of the egg. Stop being so fast. How else do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? I can only be me. I was saying in a Holly stream that I have an idea to colour RJ Hampson's Awake and try and do it in one stream. Not one stream like this, like a whole day stream. And Holly was like, "You're crazy." You're just crazy. And I was like, I fully accept that. Nothing wrong with a bit of crazy. Right, so I've got stink bug now for the sand. Oh yeah, feline flu and a few other things, yeah. Little cocktail jab. You're a bad cat parent. I don't even remember what those vaccines are for. Just call the vet and tell them I need the annual vaccines, the ones required by law, literally. Would you do all marker for it? Yes, yes I would. And I think I want to get the PDF version, just so then I can print it out, and I can even do like 2 to a page, which would probably be similar size anyway because it's a square format. I'll do 2 to a page, and then like try and do it quickly, like not rush it, not do it like time challenges, but do it fairly quickly and see if I can do it in one day. Try to work out, because there's 50 in the book, which is a lot. So if I did it in a 12-hour stream, that's 4.1 pages per hour. So a page every, say, 12 minutes, which is crazy. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. And then I thought if I do the PDF, then I can colour it again in a few years without the kind of time restraints to it. Just Gotta Wait, love that book. Didn't know they were acquired by law, that's good though. I know cats now have to have chips as well, it used to be just dogs. Yeah. Oh no, Lucy, sorry to hear about your cat. I saw about Polly's today too, and I was like, Very sad. 16. She lived a good life. It'll take me 12 hours to do one page. And you know what? That's fine. You do you. Big hugs. We had to have our Rosie put down this time last year, and it still feels as though there's a piece missing in the house. Oh, bless her. It is really hard. I mean, I'm thankful I haven't actually lost a pet yet, because Lexi was our first. I mean, lies. We lost 3 goldfish, but sorry, didn't quite care for them. So I care for Lexi. I have a funny story about this goldfish as well. Yeah, I haven't actually experienced the loss of a pet, but I almost did, because we lost her for about a week. We thought she was gone, so we got rid of all her stuff, and then she turned up. We think she'd been hiding underneath our neighbour's wardrobe and was drinking water from their bathroom or something like that, and then got spooked one day, ran out, and then found her way back home eventually. Which is good. And she never did that again. Never been out for that long ever since. But yeah, the funny story about the goldfish is we got them from my uncle's wedding. So we went to my uncle's wedding, and for his table centerpieces, instead of bunches of flowers, he had bowls of fish. So we got to the end of the wedding, and they were just giving these bowls of fish away. They were like, take a bowl of fish. And my mum was like, fine, thinking it's not going to survive the journey home. And it did. And she was like, damn it. So we had these 3 fish from my uncle's wedding. And they lived a little while. Apparently my sister overfed them, which is why they died one by one. Goldfish is 20 years old, wow. That's impressive. Pencils are right up there. Really slow, takes me a week to do a page. That's absolutely fair enough. You got the Tiki Tarot. The Kitty Tarot book, and it's so good. Oh yeah, I've got my eye on that. Oh, I need to see you do a flip through of it, please. Yeah, because I'm tempted. Is that the Cats Rule the World Tarot? Because I've got that on my wish list. Making you miss your late kitty. The only vaccine your cat currently has is the rabies one, since he's only indoor and doesn't go outside unless he sneaks himself out the apartment with the front door left open. Your buttons has gone off for a week and then came back as though nothing had happened. He's done it a couple of times, and every time we put the poster up, how he did. Bless. Yeah, I mean, we sort of spoke to our neighbours and asked them to check places and whatnot. We thought, yeah. And when she came back, I've never seen her eat so quickly in her life. She's a tiny cat to begin with, but she was skin and bones. So skinny. Had her since we were 7 weeks old. Oh. Lost your rabbit angel. Kimberly's giving you the info. You did a flip, but I'm not trying to advertise it. Hey, plug your channel all you like. I do it. I will check that out later, in fact. Let me look it up on my phone. I've been watching all the completed pages videos, and almost got through them all. I think I've got a couple left. Oh, yep, there you go. 18 minutes ago. Right. Give me a chance, Holly. Give me a chance to watch it. I will be watching that before I go to bed tonight. As I do have my eye on that. Did you guys talk about Kirby's preview page for the next book in Holly's stream? Oh, no preview page. Is it on Instagram? I'm getting my tablet up so I can show you on screen. I'm like, a preview page. I did see a cover. I don't know if it's the actual real one, but I have seen that. It was on the Waterstones. They were advertising Kerby Rosanes. Oh my gosh, there's a Pokemon! I think so, yeah. Is that it? The fire horse? I mean, if that's going to be in the book, that looks incredible. The dandelion. I can't see no dandelion. I see other posts, but they're older. Oh, unless it's one of these pinned ones. No, they're older as well. Yeah, message me. I'll show it. I'm like, I can't find it. Looking on his... Can't see nothing. I mean, look at that cool Pokemon page. That's awesome. So, it's a bit too bright there. There we go. Angle that down. Move myself away so you don't see my face. Ooh. Ooh. It's a dandelion. I love it. That's like reminds me of a page from Mythographic Voyage. Yeah, on his stories. I did not see that. Thank you for sharing. I am terrible with watching stories. I very rarely click on it. That looks so cool. Look at the details down there. It kind of reminds me of the florals on the hamster page of Fragile World. In fact, I coloured that page. Yeah, he needs to do more florals. They're beautiful. Look at that face. Look at that face. The dandelion. It's got to be from the book because it's animal hybrids, and that is a hybrid of a dandelion. I love it. That's me very excited. Look at his tail. Look at his tail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at his tail. His tail's a dandelion. That's so cool. I love it. But yeah, the florals on the bottom of that page reminds me of this one, which I coloured the European dwarf hamster, and I loved that page. This is a Kirby book I can get behind, love it. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of similar to Worlds Within Worlds in a way, where you've got like those mashups of like different animals and scenery, but kind of more animal focused. I'm so excited for it. I think it's going to be right up my alley. But it's like, you don't want to get too excited because you don't want to like get your hopes up. But sometimes you just have a good feeling about a book, and this book I have a good feeling about. We love lions. Does anyone own any colour it books? I found one called Countryside that is spiral bound and single-sided. Wondering if they're any good for alchemy markers. I don't have any colour it books. No. I think they're an American company, so they're not really available, or I've never seen them available. They're great for alchemy markers, spiral bound and single-sided. No more buildings on the back of things, please. Yeah, he does quite like that. Or just landscapes or stuff on the back of things. There's another one with the orangutan. Oh no, there's an eagle with a mountain on the back. Likes a mountain on the back, doesn't he? There's the orangutan here. Oh no, that's he's holding the trees there instead. Any more? Any more? Any more? Getting a little flip now. Actual things I'm a little more okay with. Hello Smith, welcome. Lovely to see you. I think they're American, that's where I got my start. Colour It Mandalas for the win. Nice. Yeah, I've never seen the books around personally. Natural things I'm a little more okay with. Although not Maria Troll's trees. Oh, that reminds me. What book is winning in my members? Last time I checked it was very close, but Beauty and the Beast was slightly ahead. Wonder if it's changed. Oh, damn it, it has changed. It's tied. Beauty and the Beast and the Ugly Duckling are tied. If any members are watching here and you haven't voted, or you voted for one of the others and want to change your vote, head to the poll. Because you need to start deciding, otherwise I'll decide. I was looking for Spirobound for your mum when she sits in a chair. Thought it might be easier for her to use. Yeah, that's a good idea, because it'll be nice and thick and you can just put the pages behind and have a good surface to colour on sitting downstairs. Lap trays are also good for that. Oh dear, oh, yawn. Sorry guys. Using your frog page as inspo for a flamingo page you're working on. Yellow background, green leaves and pink flamingo. Nice. I love a bright yellow background. And I find yellow backgrounds so easy to colour because you don't see the kind of imperfections or pencil streaks or white of the paper as much as you do for any other colour. The yellow just looks super smooth. You can even do just like pencil background with yellows. It comes out nice and smooth. Anyone else excited for Hoppers? I keep seeing trailers for it because I had no idea that film was coming out. If you don't know, Hoppers is a Pixar film coming out soon. I had never even heard of it, and you know me. I know my Disney, I know my Pixar. I am very, very well aware of all the films that are coming out and whatnot. I had never heard of Hoppers until I loaded up Disney Plus the other week and I changed my subscription to have ads, because you literally get like 30 seconds before you start watching a film and you save quite a bit of money. So I did that and saw the advertisement for Hoppers, and it looks like an Illumination film. I can't explain it, but it doesn't look like Pixar. It doesn't feel like Pixar. But, I'll still eventually watch it when it gets onto Disney Plus. I don't bother watching any Disney Pixar films in the cinema because give it a couple months and it's on Disney Plus. Yellow orange is definitely the easiest gradient. Hiya Dawn, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Oh, you just voted, Hadassah. Have you determined a winner? Ooh, Ugly Ducklings pushed ahead thanks to Hadassah's vote. I like the Colour It books. They have hardbacks so they're not flimsy, fairly thick paper. Each also has a blotter sheet to prevent bleeding. Nice. Is that the basketball one? I can't remember what it's about necessarily. Just remember seeing it because I don't really pay attention to the trailers. Can't wait for My Colourful Country Life's website to come live. Yeah, I'm so excited to see that. If anyone has any other recommendations for spiral-bound alcohol marker-friendly books, let me know. I do not have any, so I will leave it up to chat to give the recommendations there. Go find a trailer. Yeah, I had no idea that film was coming out. Can't think of what the next Disney film is either. Is it Frozen? Frozen? Is it Frozen 3? Could be. I can Google it. How do you find inspiration for your pictures? For this one, I searched hatchling turtle on Pinterest and found an image I liked and went for that. But yeah, almost there with this one. Disney animated classics. Upcoming films. Hexed. It's coming out later this year, and then Frozen 3 is the following year. I haven't heard of Hexed. Interesting. Oh no, is it the one where the kid becomes a beaver or something? Yes. Yes, I think. I don't know. I have no idea, but it doesn't look like a Pixar film. I can't explain it, but it just doesn't. Amy's back. Haven't even looked at those, you check them out. What about the Ohuhu colouring books? Oh yeah, they've got their special alcohol marker paper that doesn't bleed through, doesn't it? I mean, I think I'm about done with this page, guys. And I don't think I want to bother with the background. I think it looks cute without it. I mean, it's just a little intro page. It doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, no page has to be fancy. Yeah, I think just a few white paint pen highlights, wherever this is. Come on, there it is. Tease Hoppers is hilarious with the, almost called it a wizard, with the lizard. I know Jazza here on YouTube made 2 colouring books specifically for alcohol markers. I haven't watched any of his videos in ages. He just kind of shifted to content that I didn't like as much. The only art YouTuber I still watch is Bailey J. Love her vlogs. Hi shinies! I'm going to colour a page in Matchstick Mouse Cookbook next, because I did a page a couple of months ago and I said I'm going to work in this book in order as like I've got extra time on my stream kind of book and work through it slowly but surely on stream. So say there's a page that just has a few finishing details left to do one week, I can move on to that one. Yeah, I felt like doing a simpler page from Fragile World this month. And then potentially a double page spread next month, I'm not sure. I think that would be fun. Then I think I might go back and do the butterfly in May. The one next to the bee that I did last month. So I'd quite like to see both of those done next to each other. Kind of highlighting the top of the sand here with some little zigzaggy motions. Go. So the eye shinies are nice and prominent. And there we go. It is done. If you do a background, you could limit it to just some light blue pencil immediately around the turtle to suggest a sky. That was what I was thinking of. I was thinking about just doing a light blue pencil. And yeah, I still could. Still could. Jazza pulled a Sarah Renee Clark. I mean, I haven't watched him in ages, so I have no idea. And I'm not sure in what way do you mean, Holly? Is in like I don't know. I could do a soft, pleasant blue. It's kind of like colour transferred from the cover. It's like a tealy blue there. What do I do like a colour to match this? Use like sky or opal? When you're colouring Lightning McQueen. You're doing that one in order for some reason too. You just changed to different content and started selling his merch. Oh yeah, yeah. Now I get what you mean. Yeah, I do miss the days of when Sarah Renee Clark would actually post videos. Yeah, I like Jazz just fell out watching him too. Well, he made that like side channel, Insert Art, and it was really fun, and then it just suddenly disappeared one day because they couldn't afford to make it or something, and I just thought, how? Right. Moving on. I might add a background later, I just don't feel like doing it on camera, but there we go. Page done. Page done for the day. Little turtle. You're getting zig pens, zig pens tomorrow mainly for backgrounds, nice. I also thought about doing soft pastel and I just can't be bothered. I thought I did my soft pastel background on the last page I did in here. I don't want to do it again. But I did go through and spray it with fixative, and the fixative spray that I have is really good, but it's really smelly. It's like horrible. But yeah. Shiny wings. Yeah, I don't think it needs one title page. Just nice, soft, light. There we go. That's the page of the month done from Fragile World. Oh, shove that there. Thought I'd broken my DAR 133 earlier. Had to dismantle it to get a broken pencil lead out. Yeah, I have to do that sometimes. Right. Let's grab a book. There we go. Am I on vacation again after tomorrow? It's the following week. So it's the same week, 16th to 22nd. The B, I love the B too, thank you. We did eyeshadow background yesterday and that was quite fun, still need to fix it. So I did this one I was doing a while ago. Hate how the face turned out, please ignore the face. But I kind of changed up how I based it a little bit. But yeah, I think I'll do this one next. I just suddenly thought, the yummy year of colour, it's pizza, isn't it? There's a pizza page in here. Where is it? Here it is. Could do a pizza page. But no, I'm going in order. I'm challenging myself. And I've got another page that can go for pizza. Notes coming up. Yeah. I've got one more week of work. And then I'm back on leave again. Right, I need... What do I need? Paper... Go. Just thinking about what colour to base the apples. Oh, let me update the I'm just putting Matchstick Mouse Cook. Can't fit a cookbook in. Then pencils, these are... I think I'm using polychromos in here. Yes, I am. Polychromos. There we go. Did that page last month. What pencil extenders do you use where you can continue to sharpen your chromes until they're a little small? Erica, I think it was you that left a comment on the recent video. And I looked it up, and unfortunately the exact set I bought you can't buy anymore. But what I would recommend is finding ones that look like this, because I find these are the best ones. Buy them from Amazon, see if they fit. If they don't, send them back. Try a different set. That's my only advice, because the ones that I bought you cannot buy anymore. And they also came with other extenders that are a load of rubbish and I never use. Like it came with these ones and like a metal, black metal ones. They were horrible. How many of your many books have you already coloured in? As in the ones from my plans. I haven't finished any pages in them yet. I've started one, but I've coloured in all of them apart from Dream Voyage. That one's still untouched. You got those extenders from AliExpress. Right, kind of want to find a reference picture for apples. I know how to colour apples, but I feel like doing some like different colour variation in it. Like maybe doing a yellow base and then adding the red in on top. I think that could be cool. You have 7 of those. Broke 2 just trying to sharpen one pencil. The light woody ones. I find they just don't fit anything. Oh, if I say this, I bet they're gonna... Yeah. Oh, I suppose that vaguely fits, but it's not very good. It definitely doesn't fit my polychromos, which is what I need it for the most. Polychromos are slightly bigger than any other pencils. Like 2 of mine of these fit the polychromos, and then 2 of them don't. Which is a bit random. Yeah, I think I'm gonna found myself a little beware for lines on the screen. I'm gonna do something like this, base it with a yellow so then I can get the red streaks on the top. Just have a bit more interest. Grab my polys out there, grab my Ohuhu swatch. Where's the other one? Got half, where's the other half gone? Oh dear. Where on earth has it gone? We've got half of it. I think that major pencil companies would make an extender. The only one I've seen is Derwent. But often it's like, what's the point of paying that much money for just a pencil extender when you can get the same thing for cheaper? And I'm pretty sure Zoe has the Derwent ones, and they don't fit in her sharpener, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend them. Where is this swatch jar? I'll find it eventually. It always eventually turns up. Right, I'm going to have to pop you on the Be Back Soon screen for just one moment, as I need to go to the toilet, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back, and I also got myself some mini eggs, because why not? Can fit my extenders for prismas into the dial, but not the polychromos. You'd think the major pencil companies, yeah. Haven't found any to fit your brief inner squares. Never tried it, actually. Grab one. I mean, this pencil in no way needs an extender. Oh yeah, no. That don't fit. Does it fit my dad's one? Oh, it does. Not really though, because it's square. Bit of a challenge. The issue is you have to guess see if it'll fit your pencil brand. Yeah. Are you planning to do a day-long live stream this month? Yes, I am. And in that day-long live stream, it's going to be a bookmark bonanza, where I see how many bookmarks I can colour in one day. What do you think of the new Alice in Wonderland book from the Japanese Tokimeku series? Yeah, it is Tokimeku. I am going to be getting it. I love it. I really do. The more I see it, the more I love it. I was a bit kind of like, do I like it? Do I not? I've decided that yes, I do. I do like it. Right. Browns. On a nice neutrally brown. Let's go Y12. Something very darkish. Y12. There's Y12. There's one. And I think I'm going to grab GY6 for the apples. It's kind of like a greeny yellow. Very slightly green toned yellow. You're obsessed with mini eggs? Me too. I love seeing people filling up drawers in their fridges with mini eggs. I love that. I think he wasn't sure about the name. Yeah, when I do my next Amazon Japan order, I'm waiting for a flip through of the Tokimeku series Bear travel book. It's by Waka Nakauchi, the same one who did the Bear and the Wonderful Town book. I'm waiting for a flip through of that. They've done some more preview images, but I think it's released the 18th, so probably towards the end of March I will inevitably do a Amazon Japan order. Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm so excited to see how many I can manage to do. Right, for the leaves, let's go GY4, which I need my new one for. YG012. Then, I don't know what to do this. Maybe red? I don't know. But let's colour the rest to start with. So let's start with Y12. We also have to do the double check. Is the paper actually underneath the right page? Not that you don't already have a lot of bookmarks, but you could also do some postcards and use them as bookmarks. I could, but I kind of like keeping the postcards in their books. I like keeping them together. And yeah, I have plenty of bookmarks. I've got 4 sets. I think 4 of them have 40 pages. Yeah, and one of them has 50. So 4, 8, 120, 170 bookmarks. I think... Oh, sorry, my chair's creaky. I think 170 will do me well. I mean, I know I can colour a lot, but not quite that much. Well, it's nice to have options, don't get me wrong. Yeah, the plan is to use the bookmarks to flag completed pages. And then I don't have to worry about my page flags, and I can use those to flag pages I want to colour rather than pages I have coloured. Often I run out of them, so it'd be good to have bookmarks for that. There we go. Oh, there's a branch all along here. Yeah, that's enough bookmarks. How are you going to pick them? Are you going to randomise or select? I have not decided that. But I think I'm going to do them maybe in an order, like go set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4, and then go back to the start, or I might do, say, 2 from set 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then I'll do set 1 again, maybe 3 from set 2 if I feel inspired to keep going with that specific style, something like that. But how I'm picking them, I don't know. Because yeah, I kind of don't want to waste time picking them on the day per se. Like, it'd be good to have a selection already picked out. I have magnetic bookmarks, but I don't use them for marking my pages. I use them as a way to take a proper picture. Besides, my pages are always curling up. What I've started to use, I used to always use blue tack, and that still does the job, but it sometimes leaves you like a bit of residue on the side of your page. But I use these. You get these from Cult Pens. They're called like sorry clips or something like that. They send you a pack of 4 anytime they give you something in mistake, and they have to resend you something, which has happened to me twice now. I gave a pack to my mum and we use it for downstairs. But then I've started using them and putting them in the corner, and they're good because they're nice and small, so they don't take up too much room. They also come on like your order slip. They'll have this sometimes on your order slip to keep it together. Oh, just fell down. You should pick people from the colouring community and have us pick them for you. I do like that idea. I was thinking about doing something like the Lonely Pumpkin, where I flip through them, but there's 170, and I think that might be overwhelming for people to pick a few from each, and I think it would be overwhelming for me to collate that all together. But that bonanza sounds like a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And what have I got here? GY7. That's not what I want. I'm glad I looked at it. That's not what I want. I want GY6. Here we go. There are already plenty of flip throughs on the web on YouTube. I was meaning doing like a flip through and then getting people to say which ones they like best, kind of thing, like I did with the Lonely Pumpkin ones. Okay, just check my new music, it's just gone quiet. There we go. Didn't mean a vote, I meant like Holly could pick one for you, Paulina could, Yolanda, etc. Adele, so let me grab this one. So they come glue bound at the top, so it's just glue like you have like a notepad, and you just rip them out. So these are 2. I don't know. I will be for sure finishing this one up because it has been a whip for so long. I think I started this not long after I finished this one, which was the 13th of February 2024. I think I started it maybe in the same month or the next month, so this has been a whip for 2 years, which that's crazy. It's crazy. I did colour this one last year, yeah, 2025, when Brave was our Disney film of the month. But this is kind of how I'm going to be colouring them. Marker base, and then a little bit of pencil shading on top. So I've done marker base with the cats. I just didn't like how it was turning out. I had my old markers and they were gross. Well, not gross, but they were really streaky on here. They just dried very, very fast, but I know I can save it with pencils. Yes, got these from Lyrica. I'll just show you all of them as we're talking about them. I know for sure you can still get these two. The Diane Dufour ones, Elf et Lutin. For sure you can still get these. This is uncoloured, so we'll be prioritising that one. I think I definitely need to colour a dragon from here. Potentially that one. I think there might be more. It's got all sorts of magical creatures in here. But Tara was doing a live stream last week where she challenged herself to cover as many as she could, and she did 4 in one of her streams, which was great, and used a whole bunch of different mediums. So fun. That's the only one with the dragon. I think I'll definitely be colouring that one for sure. And then Petit Poupée. If you like the square book, then you'll love this as well, as they're the same thing, just a bit smaller. I did Moana. Really cute. Some of these are like the pages that you can find in Petit Poupée and have just been kind of cut down to a smaller size, and some of them are kind of pretty much unique. So they're really fun. Like that one's a kind of cut down cropped version. That's a cropped version. There's one of Up. That's a cropped version. That one, I think that's the worst in terms of taking a full page and just cropping it down. You've got half its face. Yeah, some of them look like they've been illustrated specifically for the Bookmark book, like that one. That one's lovely. But yeah, I think these will be really fun. And maybe I'll like base a couple of them and then do pencil shading for a few of them. Then these 2 sets, I'm not sure if you can get any more. This one was unavailable for ages, and then I saw it pop back in stock and I snapped it up. And I think it might have gone back out of stock again, but yeah, you've got all the different letters. I used to love Meg's ABC challenge, and so the idea was to do that, and then I never did. Now the idea is to try and do it for a film. Oh, I could do Snow White. Got a dwarf in there. And then this one I'm not sure if you can still get. I cannot remember if I've seen it in stock, but I really like the format of this one. I think it's really good for a bookmark, having these little images of the portraits of different characters from movies. It's not got the best range. There's a lot of Mickey and Friends in here, which isn't a bad thing. They're really cute, but I like having a variety of films represented, but these are kind of like the perfect bookmarks. So yeah, that will be for my day-long live stream coming up next month. This month. In a week or so time. Now, I don't know when to do it. That's the thing. Because I think it was, people really enjoyed the fact that I did my day-long live stream on a weekend day, because then they could pop in and out whenever. But my parents are going away the Tuesday to the Thursday, so I thought it could be good doing it that Wednesday. But then would enough people be around if it's a midweek day? I don't know. Because I'm thinking either this would be the week beginning the 16th. So I'm thinking either the 18th of March or the Sunday, which is the 22nd of March. So one of those days. If I did it the 18th of March, that means that I wouldn't be disrupting my parents' schedule of whatever they want to do. If I want to run really late into the night, then I can, if I want to, and I don't have to worry about being quiet for them. But then I've got the problem of maybe not everyone's around midweek, if they're at work or doing other stuff. Well, then I've got Sunday. It's my other option. Yeah, if you're ripping them out, I could rip out a selection that you like, put them all together and do blind pulls on stream for your next one. I think that's a fun idea, Adele. I like that. Yeah, kind of like pre-selecting, I don't know, maybe 5 from each, or 10 from each. And then even if I don't get them all done, then they're ready to go for future. And doing a nice variety, like not the same characters. If I've got a character on one of them, then I wouldn't pick that same character for another one, kind of thing. I know it looks kind of crazy, these yellow apples, but I'm going over with pencil shading with some red pencils, and that will sort it out and look less crazy. It's kind of like the under, you know how you get apples with like bits of yellow shining through. There are yellow apples. There are yellow apples. But that's not what I'm going for. Yeah, like they're called like Golden Delicious. They're a thing. Right, grab the green. Maybe I'll do a poll on my community tab for whichever date, because I don't want to do a date and no one shows up, because that's no fun for either of us really. And put a little explanation that would be easier on that Wednesday, but at the same time no problem doing it on the Sunday. Like, I can just do my own thing. I mean, I could do Saturday as well, come to think of it. Saturday or Sunday. For me, weekend is more fun because I can also colour all day, but whatever works for you. Don't worry, no one turned up for my last stream. I was there for a bit and then I had to go sleep. I was so tired. It's not so fun watching colouring when I have to work and be aware I cannot colour right now. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Right, because if lots of people are working or not available, then it's less fun for me as well, because I've got less people to chat to. And yeah, you got the playbacks, but it's not the same. It's not the same. But if you are watching on playback, shout out to you. Hello. What days do you go live? I feel like I always miss it. So I go live every Friday. That is my always regular. And unless obviously I'm not well or something. Or I'm busy, but I'm never busy. But I do feel not well, or lack of energy, whatnot. Every Friday, and then some Sundays. I do the last Sunday for my members every month. But I want to try and be a bit more regular with going live on a Sunday. I will be live this Sunday. I can confirm that. I'm planning to be live on Sunday. And the Friday streams are 7:30 PM GMT. So that's the current time I started, which was an hour and a half ago, or an hour and 35 minutes ago. And then Sunday, those live streams are 3 PM GMT. So I like doing the two different times, because say if you can make one time but you can't do the other, then you can come to one stream. And I like chilling out on a Sunday afternoon with you all. I may even start earlier this week if I'm ready earlier. See how I feel. Americans in the thread. That reminds me, we spring forward this weekend, but the UK does not, and neither does Central Europe. Okay, yeah. Remember, keep an eye on the scheduled times. I tend to schedule a few hours before I go live. I tend to do it on the same day. But if it's something like the day-long live stream, I'll do that in advance. And on that schedule, it will tell you what time it is for your local time. But I will always do it in, well, either GMT or BST. So our clocks go forward on the last Sunday of this month, which is the 29th, I believe. Yes, so the 29th our clocks go forward. So yeah, just a reminder to keep an eye on those time zones. Boo, daylight savings. Yeah, an hour less asleep. Your Sunday streams are very nice because they're right before your landers. Sunday afternoon colouring for the win. That's the other reason why I did it at that time. Because with my work schedule, I was like, Sunday would be a really good time to go live for me, but I was like, I don't want to overlap with your landers. And then I thought, I don't have to, I can do the afternoon. So that's good. So our times get an hour closer to European times until the end of the month, when they also spring forward. Yeah, and then it goes back to the same time gap. We move our clocks at March 28th this year, it's the same for you. Ours is the 29th, so that's Sunday. Alright, got another branch here I missed. I feel like whatever colour I do this cloth, I'll do the same for her hat. I'm thinking doing it a bright red, so these are like red but not like bright red, whereas I based these with red so it's much brighter. But then would that be too much red? Do I do it something different? Ideas for the cloth. How should I colour the cloth? Just popped on Amazon and Castle Art's new spring set is on there. Am I seeing things? Oh. Well, night of March 28th to 29th. Alright, yeah, sorry. It's because on the calendars it says daylight saving times begins or something like that. Colour it pink. Probably won't be in on Sunday because that's effectively me waking up at 6 AM. Yeah, I'll put a poll out. Oh, not for the normal stream, but yeah. I understand that not everyone can make every stream and that's absolutely fine. Colour it pink, pinky peach colour, dark green or dark red. Hi Nat, by the way. Pink gingham. I don't feel in the mood to do a pattern right now. Pacific, I might have the math wrong. Yeah, I don't know the maths. Oh, just noticed a bit of a apple over here. I think I'm going to go classic blue for the sky. So maybe I'll start with that. I don't know what's really going on down here. I think we're 8 hours before. You're normally 8 hours behind. You'll only be 7 hours for 3 weeks. But yeah, anyone who's coloured this page or what are these lines? Are they? Is that a branch? Oh, is it a leaf? Sorry, I felt like I got very excited there. Is it a leaf? I feel like it could be a leaf. Something I do struggle sometimes with Morgan's art style, the fact that not every line connects. Sometimes I'll add my own lines. Tree? This reminded me. Zoe and I watched Brother Bear this last week. It's just reminding me of the mooses riding the mammoths and they're playing I Spy and it's just like, I spy tree, 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 tree. It just suddenly reminded me of that. My marker's already covered in cat hair somehow. Bless. Nothing, ignore. Ignore the lines. I think it could be a leaf because it looks like this where the lines don't fully connect up. It's just the sky behind, maybe the little apple hammock is moving. But it kind of doesn't look like that. You know what? Add my own lines in, make it a leaf. extend these out. Oh, come on. There we go. Had a funny moment today when I tried to towel myself after a shower and realised my arm is covered in a layer of cat hair because somebody took a nap on my towel. Oh my gosh. And it just sticks because you're still slightly damp. Oh, what an experience. What an experience. In most calendar apps you can specify the time zone. I set this live stream to 7:30 PM GMT, then my calendar automatically keeps track of the time switches for me. Oh, nice. Erica, that is very organised. It could never be me. But I love that. Right, let's grab blue. I think I'm going to use B030. Classic blue stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention at the start, but I have tried to go through and base all of the pages with Matchstick Mouse because my fear was that my marker would run out, and it did. It did before I got to the end. So I've actually managed to find several Ohuhu alcohol markers in stock online, so I might be doing an order soon. And I don't know, I think they must have added more recently because every other time I've checked for any markers that I've run out of, they've never been available. But I think it was all but one were available. So yeah, I went through and based. This is it YR209 hazelnuts, and I got up to here. I might be able to go in and do another couple. Sometimes if you leave it a little while, then you can do a few more. But yeah, I was doing some of these large faces that I was like, no, really struggling with, like that one. But it's all good. Order a new marker and it'll be fine. Used to attend calls with people from around the world. Got very familiar with calendar apps. Nice. Take care, Hadassah. Have a lovely nap. Kind of looking like lemons at the moment because they're yellow. It's kind of throwing me off. Page of round lemons. Now I'm still thinking about this bloody cloth. If I go for a pink or like a peachy tone pink, like what polychromos do I have to match that? Maybe I should work backwards, find the pencils and think of a good marker to base. Maybe have something that's going to be in the same blend as the apples to kind of create cohesion. Let's have a look at this. Did anyone else see Jennifer Stay's video on Stedler Pigment Art Pens? I did not. No, but I have them. Quite a few people have got those. Right. You know what, I think I'm going to colour the apples first, get them done, and then I can think about like, okay, I've got these undertones and I can bring that in there. So I'm going to do that first, leave the cloth for a minute. If you're not sure, just leave it. Colour the rest until you know. But I always like starting with Matchstick Mouse. I want to see her coloured. So I used Van Dyke Brown and Nougat, and then Cinnamon and Beige Red. I like the idea they don't bleed through. You love them. They don't bleed through, but they become very expensive. Yeah, they're the sort of thing that you need to watch for a price drop, because they do drop in price. I think, let's see, you got yours on a really good deal, didn't you? Beige Red's getting pretty small. Still got quite a bit of life left in it though. That's the thing I love about Polly's. They'll be really small and I can still use this for ages and ages and ages and ages. They just seem to, when it gets a certain length, it just seems to last forever. So Beige Red, Nougat, Van Dyke Brown, and Cinnamon. Quickly do Matchstick Mouse. Start with Van Dyke Brown. I remember when I was doing the first page, I realised that I'd never used polychromos as my pencil set in Matchstick Mouse books. Because if you didn't know, I like to keep Matchstick Mouse the same throughout each of the books I have, and then change up the pencil sets and change up her colour combos. So I've used Prismacolors in a couple of books. Now I've got a book for Artex. Yes, I do. Costume Party. Got a book which is just alcohol markers. One's Black Willows, one's Arteza. So it's nice that I can have a bit of variety there, but still cohesion within that same book. And I always change up the hat colours to match the theme of the page. She's a very fashionable lady, Matchstick Mouse, don't you know? She always matches her hat to the surroundings that she's in. At least for me. I would get really bored if she had the same hat all the time. Right, I might bring in a bit of... oh, bit of mini egg. There we go. Bring in a bit of ivory. Keep her face nice and light. There we go. I've coloured her so much better than I did on this first page. I'll flip back just so you can see how bad it was. I based her with a too dark of a colour. It was all the same, as you can see here, but often I find I learn best when I make mistakes, because I know not to make them again. I know to layer up lightly and go careful. Because look, she looks awful. I'm sorry Matchstick Mouse, but you looks better on camera. But up close she looks bloody awful. It still looks better on camera. She looks so much darker, her face, in real life. There's much more contrast than there is in real life. Okay, ignore me, because on camera it doesn't look that bad at all. But in real life, you can really see the pencil streaks as well, because I kept layering and layering, and this paper is not for layering. I'm going to go back and look at the paper you showed. I can tell you, but you've probably already gone back, but yeah. It's Van Dyke Brown, and then Nougat, and just a little bit of ivory. I also intimidated colouring in your Tokameka books, So afraid to mess up because they feel so special. I've had them since July and I've done 0 pages. Get yourself a buddy. Buddies help you get that first page coloured, but I definitely understand. Sometimes you don't know where to start because they're very detailed as well. Absolutely stunning, but detailed. And you kind of get, and what's nice about the Tokameku series is that each artist is got a very different style. Oh, sorry, alcohol marker shades. It was YR209 hazelnuts for the old set, and then E020 for the ears and worm. Yeah, I need to get myself a new marker of YR209 because I used it up pretty quick, just in this book. It was a really nice light brown. And I never colour cat beetle with anything, I just leave her black and white. Don't know why, that's just what I do. I mean, she's a bug, she can be just black and white. No problem. There we go. Right, put them to the side and grab some colours for this apple. Let me get my reference up so I can see the shades. Ah! 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 Oh my god! I just dropped an egg in the most dramatic way. YR209 is E47 for anyone with the new set. Thanks, Kimberlyn. Right, I'm going to grab a bit of middle cadmium red, pale geranium lake, and maybe a bit of Pompeian red. Should swatch it out on a bit of paper. It's not the best because I've coloured on the back side of it. Colours are now camel and cotton pearl. Like, I don't understand why they had to change the names as well as the numbers. Like, I just feel like it was a bit of a extra unnecessary step. Apart from that colour black brown, which is a very light peachy colour, all the other names are fine. You just bought them. It says delivery tomorrow. They're not even showing on their website. I know they're bringing new sets out, but I haven't had an email about them or anything. Is that the Newcastle Arts you said? Yeah, I haven't heard about anything there either. Cat just showed up with a tiny feather stuck in his tail. How and why and when? Bless him. So middle, cadmium red, pale geranium lake. I'm thinking no now. Now I'm looking at my thing. Let's go deep red. Sorry, going off tangent, but I'm intrigued by the lack of advertising. Yeah, it's a bit odd. Don't either, unless it's because they had different names in the other types of markers and they needed a unified name, potentially. Yeah, I like that Pompeian red with it. And then I'll just need like a yellowy colour. Cream? Yeah, let's go cream. They're inside cats. Oh, mind you. Maybe I should go check how my husband's coat is doing. Got any feather pillows that they've attacked? But they've attacked, I say. He attacked. Let's move. Oh, I remember. There we go. Like budgies and feathers show up here and there. One time we saw a feather walking by. It was an ant gathering the feather. Oh my gosh. I love that. So why would an ant want a feather? Make a nest, a little home, or like they did on A Bug's Life that I watched today, make themselves a bird to scare off the grasshoppers. The day alcohol marker names start making sense is the day society fails. It's so true, Alex. Names, the numbering system now really does make it. Yeah, I agree. I think the numbers are definitely a marked improvement. But the names, I mean, some of them just didn't need to be changed. Like, I'm looking at some here. Brick beige, perfect. Sand, lovely. Chamois, great. Sand white, good. Like, a lot of these are pretty good. There's nothing much green shadow about that shade. But the worst offender will forever be... Where are you? This lovely peachy colour. And just to prove that it is a nice kind of a coral colour. Peachy. Nope. You're wrong. It's black brown. It's black brown, guys. Can't really see it, but that is black brown. I remember the first time I swatched them, I was like, am I missing something? Does black and brown mean different things in different places? It's ridiculous. These are, what are they? Ohuhus. 3 days left until your budgie eggs might hatch. Oh, baby budgies. That has to be a misprint, literally. The super light skin tone labelled black brown had to change. I mean, yeah, if there's one thing that had to change, it was that. The rest, whatever, keep them. But that was ridiculous. I can feel some texture. What is that? Is it under the next sheet? Can't feel anything. I see lots of glitter because I think one of these was my protector for the B page. I love the name Swamp Mud. What colour's that? I mean, Swamp Mud to me would be like a super dark green toned brown or a brown toned green. Potato. That's Swamp Mud. I do love the Black Widow's names of their pencils. They're just so much more fun than like light phthalo blue. Call it sky, call it denim, call it ocean, forget me, like much fun names. Much more fun names, in my opinion. Don't have any of your names, I must have a newer set. Yeah, they did change quite a bit. I have a newer set. So yeah, what was E280? What was sand white is now sandy beige. Why did they need to change that? This one was brick beige, it's now milk tea. Y11. Where is that on here? I can't find it. Is it on the other paper? Yeah. Brown grey is now dark sand. This is not cream, I'm sorry. That's orange. YR240, what did that used to be? Oh, also cream. So they kept that one. Why did they keep that one? When that's not cream, that's peach. Or apricot. So they kept some names, but only the stupid ones. So black brown probably still exists. It's like a very dark khaki. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, decided you need to change your stream day because it's not great you streaming on the only night I have to work. I'm sorry, but here with you in spirit as you work. I am also streaming on Sunday, Amanda. Sunday 3 PM. So don't say you've got prior commitments then, because that's then your fault. Your cream went bad. Yeah, cream's gone funky. Black brown is actually super dark brown in my set. Oh, they must have changed the name. Oh no, I've mixed up my swatch cards here now. Where's the old one? New one. Yeah, black brown here. I don't know if I have my... because it came in the pastel set. Ooh, I have it here. Maybe I don't. Whatever, well, yeah. I mean, that's black brown rather than the peach. Definitely referred to swatch before using, absolutely. You have plans to colour but that's it? Well, you can colour with me, because I'll be here. From at least 3 PM, maybe even a bit sooner. I'll see. Oh, dropping things. Love these apples. I'm just getting there. I like the yellow base though. It's giving it a kind of a more realistic look to them. Something I need to do more. Do like different coloured bases and then shade on top. Did a page yesterday where I shaded with the analogous colour. So I had a purple, red, orange, yellow colour palette. And then the red I shaded with the purple, with the orange I shaded with the red first, the orange I shaded with, no, the yellow I shaded with an orange, like so on. And it made for a really fun colouring process. I love how Jo just went, eee! It looks so great with the yellow underneath. Yeah, it gives it a nice texture undertone. Fun. Found it. Looks like they went with the dragonfly design. Ooh. Spring Inside colour palette. Explore 72 all new colours created exclusively for this set. Interesting. So what's the lore behind Matchstick Mouse? Is she a witch? A cottagecore lesbian? Is the worm her familiar? Yes, the cottagecore lesbian queen. So the story is Matchstick Mouse is a girl. She is a witch. She has a matchstick broom, which is why she's Matchstick Mouse. This is called Cat Beetle. The cat beetle is her familiar, because it's like, it's a cat, but it's a little beetle. And then Worm, I think it's just her friend. It's just called Worm. Please can somebody help? Someone just told me Annie Day is an aardvark. An aardvark? Are they pulling my leg? She's a rabbit, isn't she? Jo? She is an aardvark. She is an aardvark, and that is confirmed from Morgan himself. He, shortly after releasing Annie Day, he confirmed that she is an aardvark. A very stylised aardvark, but definitely an aardvark. I want to see if I can find... I want to say he did it in a story. I'm going to see if I can find it. But from the man himself, she is an aardvark. Right, how long ago did he release Annie Day? What the fuck is an aardvark? An aardvark is a creature, is an animal. It's got like a long nose. She doesn't particularly look like anything, to be honest. She is her own creature, but she is based on an aardvark. Right, let me... Oh no, tapped on something. Scrolling through, scrolling back. Oh Morgan, you post too much, mate. No you don't. You don't post enough, actually. No offence, Morgan, but have you seen an aardvark? Because that ain't... Yeah, aardvarks have really long noses, don't they? Someone just called the gym and asked if it was busy, and I was like, not too much, but that's a subjective question, literally. Aardvarks have long ears. She does have long ears, to be fair, but they're kind of... It's like stylised hair ears? I don't know if that even makes sense. But it's like, her ears are kind of like hair. Or she's got hair that cover her ears. She's got long ears. Right, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Scrolling, scrolling. But I just wanna provide Jo with the proof that she is an aardvark. Gosh, how long ago did he release this book? Oh, there she is. There it could be. Is it? No, a bit further back. Is it before that? Potentially. Potentially not. Go back. Any day. Do a side by side with an aardvark. Oh, come on. Coming soon. Brand new character Annie Day. We need more Annie Day books, please, Morgan. Because she is adorable. Oh, we've got some pumpkin matchstick mouse pages here. Because Annie Day is based on his wife, in terms of like the kind of qualities of her, like artistic, creative. Nope, not that one. Annie Day update. Oh, is it here? Amazon. Oh no, this is about him, because originally Annie Day was released on the premium quality paper and people were not happy with that, and so we released it for the cheap version paper as well. Where is this? I cannot find the post he put saying what she is. I have a feeling it was a story though. I did look. Right, let's go back. Back to the top. Just joined. No, I'm because he did a post or he did something where he said Annie Day is an aardvark for anyone wondering. Ask Me Anything? Is it on that? Match cast, movies, artist, new book. No, 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 no. It's not that. Colouring book. Is it that? I might not be able to find it. No. Interviews. Oh. I know he did it somewhere. You're just going to have to trust me. You're just going to have to trust me that she's a freaking aardvark. And I thought an armadillo was an armadillo. Turned out it was something beginning with P that I'd never heard of until colouring. Yeah, pangolin. Yeah, I think a pangolin rather than a possum. Possums are very different. Yeah, I also get aardvark and armadillo. Or I get aardvarks and anteaters mixed up. Who asked a question? Does anyone stream on a Wednesday or Thursday evening? Wednesday evening, Yolanda does her spooky stream. She's just started doing that. I think it's called Witching Wednesday or something like that, where she specifically colours in horror themed books. And every other Thursday evening, Vera live streams at Zoo Vera Art. She's an anthropomorphic rabbit and I will die on that hill. Yeah. Someone's dreams every evening somewhere, literally. Right, let's get a picture of an aardvark and then I'll grab Annie Day. I could not find the post that I was on about. I will look later, Joe, and if I find it, I will send it to you. Aardvark. He doesn't look anything like her, even though I knew it didn't. So here's our aardvarks. We got the aardvark there, and then we have Annie Day, the obvious aardvark. Come on, people. It's the nose that's really nothing like it. I mean, there's stylisation, and then there's Annie Day. I love her, but genuinely she's meant to be an aardvark. Right, here's a nice close-up of her brushing her ear hair. The ears, yeah, the ears, you can see in the ears. It's the snout, she needs a much longer snout. If it was like double as long, then she'd look like an aardvark. Yeah, Matchstick Mouse is a girl. That is, again, from Morgan O'Brien. But yeah, Annie Day, the aardvark. Because he had a lot of questions after he first released. I will look for it later, but let's carry on. Anyone else, feel free to go back on Morgan O'Brien's Instagram. I know for a fact he did confirm that she's an aardvark. I just could not find it. Right, back to apples. I thought she was supposed to be a rabbit, fox, gazelle thing. True, Ilex. She looks more like an aardvark than Arthur, who is also an aardvark. Longer and straighter like a horse face, yeah. Please let us know when you start watching it. Did I miss something? I don't know what I missed. She looks like the Zafara Neopet. Yeah, I thought it looks bold. People must have been biting their tongues in that thread. No, Matchstick Mouse is for sure a girl. For sure a girl. Because when he first released the Matchstick Mouse books, he did like a little... This is Matchstick Mouse. She is a girl, she is a witch. Which is why she wears the witch's hat at all times. And she has her little familiar. But I think in the same post where he said, officially Annie Day is based on an aardvark, but she's whatever you want. She's whatever you want it to be. The aardvark groom's cake in Steel Magnolias looks nothing like Annie Day. Lots of people call Matchstick Mouse a boy, but I think because I've always known her as a girl, she looks like a girl to me. Can't really explain it. But I know a lot of people refer to her as him. Right, mini egg time. But did you interrupt your date night, Joe, just to go on a rampage about aardvarks? You found the post. Adele, can you send it to me in direct messages and then I'll show everyone for proof. Because I knew it. Wasn't pulling it out of my bum. What people are thinking, but she was before it was confirmed she was an aardvark. I think he said some people have said it's a bunny. I think some people thought like a lamb. I don't know. Yeah, doesn't matter these days. Girls can be boys and vice versa. Very true. Me, Joe and Lucy agree on Matchstick Mouse's gender. She looks like a chimera in general, not the OG kind. The only chimera I can think of is the mythical beast, which is like 3 animals in one, so I'm sure that's not what you're referring to. But that's all I can think of. But I also love the idea that Jo goes, someone told her that it was Annie Day's an aardvark. She's like, I know who to ask. Jumps into stream immediately. Every time I see a picture of an aardvark now, I'm like, it's just making me laugh. Right, get the Instagram back up. Adele. Oh, in response to a comment. Ah. Okay, so on this post here, he has a flip through. 13th of October 2023. Go to the comments, and Daisy Dreamin'. She's absolutely adorable, but I really want to know what animal she is. I thought she was a lop-eared rabbit, but her tail suggests otherwise. She's an aardvark, although I like keeping designs of my characters a little fluid so she can be whatever the individual artist wants. So there you go. Official. I ran here. So there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth. The horse being Morgan O'Brien. I recorded a haul and called her a rabbit. Said I would buy the books if her ears weren't back all the whole time. You're insulting her species. Oh my god, I love it. Straight from the aardvark's mouth. Exactly. Morgan, if you're watching, we love you. We love you. Thinking rabbit or doe before. Yeah, I think a few people thought she might have been a deer. I think that was the other one. That apple ID is gorgeous. That apple is... I was like, apple ID? I was like... What is my Apple ID? How can an ID be gorgeous? I was like, it's an Apple ID, it's just a string of numbers. It looks beautiful. But thank you, thank you. I based it with a yellow marker, and now I've got 3 reds. A middle cadmium red, deep red and Pompeian red. And just going up with flicking motions, leaving some of that yellow undertone behind. And it's creating a nice apple. You would probably get a bit of a smoother result if you used, say, Prismacolors. But I like embracing the texture in Amazon print books with my polys, because that's all you can do. You've got to embrace the texture. And then at the end, I'll just go back in with the cream to just smooth out those yellow highlight bits. Just created a new hashtag. Hashtag draw Annie as an actual artwork. Everyone gives it a go and we return here next week to compare. Oh gosh. We're going to have some crazy looking Annies. I mean, yeah, she is an animal that's up for interpretation. I think of Amy Ward Art. She's completed that book, and her Annie Day is bright blue, and I love it. I think he's not the first artist to put a little bit of personal touch into his furry designs. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of someone else who does. Oh, you got my favourite ambiguous rodent from Lulu Mayo. Like, what is it? Could be anything. Still waiting for 1,000,000 ambiguous rodents. Where is it? We were brainstorming book ideas before. I still really want to see Annie Day spring and summer. I was hoping he was going to do it last year and then didn't. I know you do. I know you love him. We all love him. Night, Lucy. Have a good night's sleep. Take care. Just her designs in general, yeah. Like, her foxes are very stylised. They don't really look like foxes, if you're wondering what I mean. I think this is a good example. Cute animals. Like, they're not particularly fox-like. Very stylised. I mean, what's that? Ambiguous rodent. Same with that one just there. Right, where are these foxes? She includes them everywhere. I could have sworn there were a bunch in this book. just spotted one in the boat. Very stylised box. Next thing I know, you'll be telling Morgan is a man, not a woman. Morgan is a man. I'm like, Joe, I hate to break it to you. He is a man. Good. Jokes. For a second I was like, hang on a minute. Could be. Personally, I'd like a million tiny ghosts holding candy from Lulu. Oh my gosh, I love that. Her little ghosts are so cute. And they always just like hide in the corners of the pages. Want a million bunnies, but not just Easter themed? That would be a good one. I'm surprised she hasn't done it. Because I think I saw a post from her one day, and it was like saying how she has a few animals that appear in every book. And it was cats, bunnies, frogs, something else. I don't know. It was like a few different animals. I feel like I saw her post that on Instagram one day. I may be making it up. Well, I know 2 female Morgans. 2 months in, I thought Morgan was a woman. I mean, it, like, yeah, it's a unisex name, Morgan, so not out of the realms of possibility. But there's some artists that you say he or she, and then you suddenly like second guess yourself, and you're like, I'm not sure. So I'll just say they, just to be safe. Like, I'm pretty sure Makiko Inotome is female, but it might not be. But they might not be. Morgan Freeman, true. You felt that Mel chap was a man. Yeah, I saw recently, apparently she commented to someone to call her Many. And I thought, I suppose, yeah, her Instagram name is Many's Art. So that makes sense. I know Tara received a bit of a hate comment the other day saying the fact that you don't try and pronounce Mel Permeni's name is insulting, yet proceeded to spell Mel Permeni ending with a Y, so spelled incorrectly. And it's like, if you're gonna be rude to someone about not pronouncing a name correctly, at least spell it right, or give them the phonetic pronunciation. Don't just tell them they're wrong and then not give you any direction on how to make it right. Like, correct me any day of the week on a pronunciation of the name. I will try my best forever. I'm spreading the word about Camilla DeRico, and it's spreading. I keep seeing people talk about it, and they were like, "Oh, I heard from Jess," and I'm like, "Well, I didn't just make this up myself one day. This is from Camilla. I saw a video from her, and she said, go to CamillaDeRicoArt.com or something like that." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, how have we all said it wrong?" Like, how long has she been creating books for? 10 years? 8 years? A lot of years. And I've never heard anyone call her Dorico, and that's how she says it. I just thought that was crazy. How as a community everyone's got it wrong. I heard Derico, Deerico, but never Dorico. Well, there we go. It's like I've had Vera and Yolanda help me how to pronounce Thomas Avtomic's book names Dromenvanger and Sprokesbos. I can't roll my R's, so I won't. But Sproke rather than Spruik. Them telling me the double O sound in Dutch is an O as in boat sound, and I was like, that just changed my mindset and allowed me to pronounce it more correctly. Not completely correctly, but more. But I think when pronouncing people's names, just try. Like, I think, like, I'd much rather someone try than to say, here's the name, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing it. Like, I don't know why, it just irks me a little bit. Just give it a go, even if it's wrong. Just try. Love how everyone's struggling with Sarah Shevchik and Ella Jarzenbeck. Could Camilla be pulling a fast one? No, because she said it twice in that video, and she said it so quickly. She was like, go to my website, and then she said the website, and she said it in 2 separate occasions, so... Imagine if after all this, I've spread the good word, and the good word is wrong. I do the same with Maria Troll. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've heard it several ways. Yeah, the one I go to is Maria, Colourful Planner of 3. No, Colourful Planner... It's because she's changed her name and I get confused. Colourful Mother of 3. And I was watching her video how to pronounce Swedish names, and I mean, she does it beautifully, but it's like Emily Lidl, and it's like Oberg. She like really like enunciates it properly because, well, she is Swedish, and I'm just trying my best to. We are a bit crazy about how we hopped up illustrators on a pedestal. I always try and show respect, but I'm sure they would struggle with the odd name too. I don't see Joe Bass sweating over pronouncing piggy pens. Yeah, it's Piggy, isn't it? Piggy pens. Borderline racist just a little bit, not attempting to pronounce a foreign name. Yeah. And with the case of like Sarah Shevchik, oh, I didn't even try and help. Ella Jarzenbeck. I was told it's Jean, the kind of middle sound. Jarzenbeck. Is that correct? Yes, I also did the same, Adele. After hearing that, I was like, is that a her thing? Because some people pronounce their same name differently, so I don't trust Google per se, and I think it's I don't like going to Google and asking how to pronounce this name because that person may pronounce it differently. I think of the surnames Gallagher, Gallagher. It's spelt the exact same but pronounced differently. Or like having a name that ends with Stein. Some pronounce it Stein, some pronounce it Steen. So I'd rather hear it from the artist or from the person themselves rather than looking online because you don't know. The Y is silent. It's just pig pens. Look up axolotl, how it's pronounced properly. It's so different to what most people say. Oh. Kerby Rosanes is from the Philippines? Can't speak anymore. Philippines. So that would suggest his name has a Spanish origin. So Rosanes. I based my pronunciation off of Sarah Nay Clark, and I think she said something like Rosanes, and that's just kind of what I say. With Maria Troll, I say it in a variety of ways. I'll say I've got this book by Maria Troll, so that was this book by Maria Troller, and I'll do a few different pronunciations. One of them's got to be right, but I think in Maria she pronounces it Troller, Maria Troller, something like that. I don't know. I just struggle, and it's also hard when you have different accents, because a British person pronouncing a name is different than, say, even an American person pronouncing a name. Like you have an American come to the UK, going to different towns across the country, and they're going to Birmingham or Leicestershire. So it's hard, like, trying to do like correct pronunciations, because sometimes it's not necessarily you're pronouncing it wrong, you're just pronouncing it in your own accent. Like, I know for a lot of names on here, I pronounce things with a long R sound. So like Tara, Dana, I'm trying to think of other Anna names, Jana. And I know it's not necessarily how they pronounce it themselves, but with my accent, that's how I do it. Axolotl is a Nahua word. Aztec, it's pronounced Ashalot. No way. Ashalot. That's crazy. Axolotl. Asholot. That's crazy. I like the way French pronounce your name. Jeanette. Oh, Jeanette. It's very... I mean, the way the French pronounce most names is sounds a lot more sexier, doesn't it? Cajun names are hard for non-Cajuns to say at times. Names like Herbert and Richard are said like Abert and Richard, where I live. Ah. I had a girl at my school who was from Spain and she could not pronounce like a j sound, so she'd always be like, yes. It's yes. And she was just so cute. Yeah, Stein versus Stein, look at the second letter. Stein is Stein and Steen is Steen. Yeah. 8% of the name, but not always, but good rule of thumb, yeah. That's the trouble. That's the trouble with language. You'll have a rule, especially the English language, you'll have a rule that works for 80% of things, and then you'll have it not work for other things, and then you're just... confusion. Language lives to confuse. It's not a European word, it's indigenous to Mexico, so that X is pronounced sh. Ah. Yeah, it's like with Sarah Shevchik's name. An SZ in Polish is pronounced sh. But it was very helpful. I think it was in response, I think it was Christina's Art Corner. She did a flip through of Sarah Shevchik's newest book, and she asked her in the video, how do you pronounce your name? And she replied in the comments, Shevchik. And I think since then people have, a lot of colorists have picked up the correct pronunciation, which is great. But yeah, why normalise more artists having how to pronounce their surname? Do a little video of yourself saying your name, or put phonetic pronunciation in your bio just to help us out, because I want to pronounce it correctly. I do. I don't care how people pronounce my name, but I hate when it's spelt Sarah with a H. Yeah. English is 5 languages in a trench coat. Very true. My name is actually pronounced with a E sound at the end, and an accent on the syllable, but I'm used to English pronounce. So Adele? I don't know. It's been a while since I've done my friend, but is it like that? How would you say the name? I'd say Zara. People spell my name wrong all the time, or like with an IE. I had to Google how to pronounce my name. I look at it this way, we spend a lot of time talking about their books. How many colouring books are sold because there's YouTube? Where else do you see books? That was pretty accurate. Okay, Adele. Probably one of the best pronunciations of my name from a non-Lithuanian I've heard. Get in. Just putting my C and GCSE French to work there with my accents. Don't think the illustrator would care as long as we are promoting their books. Also true. And it's kind of like that thing, if people are pronouncing it incorrectly, then more, like you're saying the name more, you're having more focus put on the name, and so you remember it more in a way. It's like they do like purposefully like rage baiting things on TikTok, where they'll incorrectly do something on purpose on video in order to get engagement in the comments, because they know people will point out that they did something incorrectly by putting it in the comments, and kind of like that, purposely not correcting, because what's the point? It's giving you extra engagement. I mean, I'm someone with a surname that is very uncommon, but for some reason people really struggle how to pronounce it, and Written down, it's very easy. I don't want to say it online because it is very uncommon and you could find me so easily. But the amount of people that struggle with it feels weird to me, but they do. Mine is boring. I feel like everyone was named Amanda when I was younger. My daughter's name is Zara, but you say it like you say Sarah, but not Zara. Huh? I know Zara pronounced out the H, Zoe and Zara. So Zara? Ah, Zara. Like Zara, but Zara. I understand. And what is the correct pronunciation for Zoe? Zoe. Because I was always saying Zoe, but I've heard many pronounce it as Zoe. Always Zoe. Zoe would just be Z-O. That would be more like a nickname. Like you call someone Zoe. And their full name is Zoe. I think there's meant to be an accent on the E. Or often you've got like 2 dots over the O or something like that. Some people spell it. Or like the 2 dots. I don't know. What's that called? An umlaut? Is that it? I don't know. Melanie did a colour along in her new book. There she said her name. Ooh, where is that colour along? I want to find it. Was it on her Instagram? Because if so, I will check it out and listen. And then I'll spread the word about Melpomene. The same with my last name. It's so easy, but people always write it wrong. Yeah, people always write my surname ends with a T-E-N, so I'll often, when I'm like saying it on the phone, I'll overemphasize the 10, but they still spell it T-O-N, ton, even though I don't say it ending with ton, I go 10, like overemphasize it. They still get it wrong. People try to connect my name to Vanessa. Umlaut, yes. Zoe's like Jess just said, and Zara was like Zara. Like that. It was on YouTube. Ooh, I didn't even know she had a YouTube. Interesting. Let me see if I can find it. Melpomene. Oh, there she is. Oh, Flower Fantasy Flip Through and Card Along. I will check that out later. So you're saying if Zara's spelt with an H on the end, it's Zara. So like Sarah, but with a Z, with a Z. That will be good for me to know how to pronounce Melpomene's name, because I can get lots of practice in as I'm colouring in almost all her books this month. At least that's the plan too. So hard to do phonetics on here, it really is. Zara, yeah. It's Greek, it's a tough one for me to pronounce, I'm pretty good with these things. Can't remember what it was. I think it was when I did the Goddess colouring book flip through. There were a few names in there that I had no idea how to pronounce. So I watched videos before I did my flip through, and I would like repeat it over and over again. And that's the way I remember, by repetition. But even then, often you've just got to go in confidently. If you go in scared to pronounce a name, then you're more likely to mess it up. At least that's in my experience. Well, the language discussion is fascinating, but I need to go sleepy. Night, Adele. Take care. Now I don't know whether to call you Adele or Adele. which is right? Yes, that's it. Yeah. I remember not knowing how to pronounce Hermione until book 4. She was Hermione for the first 3 books. I was lucky the fact that the films were already out by the time I was reading the books, considering the first film came out when I was 2. But I can imagine reading that name and being like, what? Because it is kind of ridiculous. I don't really like how this apple turned out compared to the others, but you know what, I could probably take back some of the colour with the eraser. Yeah. There we go. I'll just smooth it out a wee bit. I just went in a bit too much with the reds. There we go, that's better. But Hermione is the sort of name that unless you know of a Hermione in life, why would you get that pronunciation right? And I think it was in the 4th book, they had a scene with Hermione and Victor Crumb where she was telling him how to pronounce her name phonetically in order to get the books right. I'm 27. Yeah, I'm a babe in the colouring community. Right, I'm gonna grab some browns for the tree. I'm a whippersnapper. My boyfriend always laughs at me when I'm using my electric eraser. He finds it ridiculous, but he doesn't understand. My mum's the same. In fact, she said to me the other day, she goes, I was telling people at work about your electric rubber, and they thought it was crazy. And I was like, but once you use it, your life changes. I mean, to someone who doesn't do art or play with colour, then it wouldn't... you would find it silly. But it works. I'm going to use walnut brown and light brown. Electric rubber, yes, because my mum was at work and we are British. She went into work and was talking about my electric rubber. Because I purposefully try to say eraser online. But sometimes the rubber just slips out. And sometimes I say it on purpose, because it's funny. Not necessarily to me, but to you Americans. I think this is kind of like a floating branch here. I'm going to extend it to here, and then it's like going behind the body there. Add a bit of a line. Hiya, Glitter Day. Oh, you said your name. Andrea, isn't it? Hello, welcome in. Told you I would always laugh at that. It's never going to not make me laugh. I'm trying to think of, like, British equivalent. Fanny. Although it doesn't really make me laugh. But what you call a fanny pack, we call a bum bag. because what does fanny mean in British English? It means you're from bum, not your bum. And I used to find, to be honest though, fanny pack makes more sense because it doesn't sit on your bum, it sits on your fanny. So in a way, it kind of makes more sense, and I kind of never even questioned it. It wasn't, I don't know what it was, but it took me years to, like, I knew Americans called it a fanny pack, but I didn't realise they called it a fanny pack because fanny means bum. If you're just joining, welcome in. Fannies and bums. And I think the film I watched that made me realise that rubbers meant something different was Mean Girls. The sex ed class. Right, everyone get some rubbers. And I was just like, huh? Oh, they call them rubbers. We don't really have a slang for them here. Electric rubber is 10 times funnier than just rubber. Just rub it out real quick. Just gonna use my electric rubber, rub it out real quick. Boom. We Americans have very strange names for so many things. Technology is great. Yes, indeed. But I love having conversations on streams of explaining different words. It's like things that you don't even realise are only British words until you start talking to some Americans and they're like, what the hell are you on about? Or I love watching videos of an American living in the UK. Fanny has also been an unfortunate nickname for women named Francine. Yes. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Rub out is also hilarious. I can understand that. It is Andrea. Yeah, I got it right. How much longer you plan to stay? Not too much longer. I don't know what I'll get up to because I do have work in the morning. I might, I don't know, oh, you know what, I could just quickly, more innuendos, I could quickly bash this out. I didn't know that Americans don't use the word tummy, don't they? Do you always just call it your stomach then? Like you got a tummy bug? Oh yeah, I suppose they call it stomach flu, don't they? Whereas here you call it a tummy bug. I was watching someone's video the other day, I can't remember who it was, but they were commenting on the word ladybird, and they were like, what is a ladybird? I just know the word ladybug. And I was like, I know both, but I'd be more inclined to use the word ladybird than anything else. Tummy, belly, stomach. Heard it wasn't common use in the US. Or like talking to kids. Oh, take care, Holly, see you later. Yeah, tummy, you like, got a poorly tummy. I think poorly's quite a kid word. I always find it really cringe. I don't know why when adults use the word poorly when talking to other adults, I'm like, that's something you'd say in school. And in primary school specifically. That's just me though. I have a friend I used to chat with who lives in the UK whilst I'm in the US. I think we'd speaking for years when we started learning about different terms, lol. Great. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, Sarah. Doctors would not use it here. Yeah, it'd be like, can you lift up your shirt and show me your tummy? Or it's like, with a dog, like, tickle their tummy. After years I found out that I'd used the term pants quite a lot and realised it didn't mean jeans and such. Yes. Yeah, pants, we use for underwear. Underwear are pants. Pants, underwear, knickers, boxers all mean the same thing. Well, knickers and boxers are different, but yeah, as a kid it used to confuse me seeing like Americans talk about Virgin Mary, who is also inspired the name of the bug in other European languages. I see. Well, I just had a notification saying OBS reconnection successful, so I hope the stream's still gone okay. I was watching a YouTuber who does English versus American comparisons, and tummy was an example of a word that's not really used because it sounds childish. I mean, I agree, it does sound a bit childish, but still use it. Right, what colours for the leaves? I think I'm gonna go... Glitched for a second, had to reload. Ah, okay. So that could explain why. I'm going to use permanent green and a green. Got any plans for your birthday, Sarah? And is it Sarah or is it Sarah? Because that's another name that some people pronounce it still Sarah and some people pronounce it Sarah. So as we're on the topic of names, or have been on the topic of names today, I will ask. Just colouring and dinner with the fam sounds perfect. My kind of birthday. What we did, or what I did. Yeah, what is everyone's weekend plans? I've got work tomorrow. And then no other plans for the rest of the weekend, just as I like it. Just colouring. I think I might want to try and get one of my Melpomene pages coloured. Maybe another buddy. Maybe just start basing a few pages. I want to do a whips of the week next week, so it'd be good to get a bunch based. Gonna make Rice Krispie cakes with your son. Yum! Love that. D&D with friends sounds great. You're from Southern California, so I'll answer to edit one, but it's Sarah. Sarah? Oh. Just going to do a bad American accent now. Sarah? That might be a English pronunciation difference. I will say, is what I was going to say. If there's two names that bother me how Americans pronounce it over the British way, it's Craig and Graham. Mainly because my dad's name is Graham. But where have all the syllables gone? American English. Graham! Like, where's half the letters disappeared to? And Craig, where's the A sound? Yeah. Those are two names that kind of roll me up. Sorry if it had been discussed earlier, but what do we think of Hannah's new book? Oh my gosh, gorgeous. From the brief flip through she did, I am going to be very impatiently waiting for mine to arrive, as I pre-ordered it along with Maria Troll's new book. So I have to wait for that one to be released, which I think is... I can check. Don't have to think, I can check. Maria Troll's is April 26th. So I have to wait till the end of April for my Hannah Carlson to be shipped at the same time. I think I will be looking at people's flip-throughs just so I can share the joy. It looks... I have a feeling it's going to be my favourite. It looks so good. I'll catch up on my Excel classes this week. Skipped some last week. Nice. I have to read an entire book for book club on Tuesday. That and colouring, no real plans. It's supposed to be crummy and rainy tomorrow. Then stop raining on Sunday and be gorgeous on Monday. Nice. Craig equals valid. Literally... Craig. A. Like, aim. Craig. It's not M. It's aim. Cat colouring has a flip through. I did see that she got it. Hiya Rachel, welcome. Lovely to see you. I will not be here for too much longer. But I do just want to finish this off. I was like, I could leave it, but I know if I focus down, I can finish off the shading in not too much time at all. I mean, as long as I'm in bed before about 11, that's fine. That's when I usually get to bed anyway. Got to pack the car in the barn. My daughter, she's 16, she doesn't like the way that British say water, because it's wrong. So technically we are wrong, because we came from the UK, so they said... Yeah, if there's something that Americans correcting the English way of pronouncing things when they adapted the English version will forever baffle me. Like, why are you correcting when it's just different pronunciation? Like, okay, those two names, and the only other word that drives me insane on how Americans pronounce it is H-E-R-B. Herb. Where did the H go? Why do you say herb? It will... That will never cease to fire me up. My mum will just be like, Jess, calm down, it's not that deep. We dropped the H sound like the French pronunciation. Yeah, but that's the thing, like, a lot of people justify the way they pronounce it because it's the French, but it's the same for a lot of English pronunciations. Like, sometimes the English way of pronouncing it is more like the French way, and sometimes the American way of pronouncing it is more like the French way. There's no kind of synergy there. Every other pronunciation, I'm like, whatever. You say water all day long you like. I'll say water, it's all good. Yeah, like, other pronunciations I'm like, whatever, but herb? Herb. It ran away on an horse. On his tractor. Oh, I need a pencil extender for that. Say this word, lieutenant. Yeah, that's a French way. I will agree, it doesn't make sense, and I think a lot of British people, when they've read that the first time, they've also said lieutenant. Yeah, where the hell is the F? And I agree. Lieutenant sounds stupid, lieutenant makes more sense. I feel like I hear lieutenant more. I don't know, I just... Whenever I see the word, or think lieutenant, I think of The Sound of Music. Very, very specific. I'm thinking of when they're hiding from the Nazis, then Rolf finds them, and he's like, Lieutenant! I found them, Lieutenant! I always think of that. Which is, like, extra wrong, because they're actually Swiss. No, they're not Swiss, they're, Austrian. We're all Austrian. I mean, you're not, but okay. Lieutenant is archaic these days. Lieutenant. Cousin to David. The lesser known tenant. Like a You've got Kevin Jonas, the lesser known Jonas. You've got, what's it, Luke Hemsworth, the lesser known Hemsworth lieutenant. His lesser known cousin. Not quite as successful. What's funny is I would say pronunciation, never mind there's an O in there. Pronunciation. I think I do say both. There's sometimes where I do change up pronunciations. I say pronunciation. I wouldn't... pronunciation... Yeah, that doesn't roll off the tongue for me. I'd say pronounce. There is no O in there. It's spelled pronunciation. Huh? I thought there was. Is that an American-British spelling thing? I need to double check. Yeah. Oh, pronunciation. Pronounced. That's weird. Yeah, pronunciation, but then it's pronounce. Weird. My old English teacher would get so wound up on that word. Made me realise I've been spelling it wrong for a long time. There's no O in pronunciation. But to be fair, when I googled it, there is an O in pronounce and pronounced, but not pronunciation. Pronunciation. I don't know. Pronunciation. The word is pronunciation. Pronunciation is not a word. Now I've turned it to my grandmother. Yeah. I mean, you know when you get to the point where you've heard it one way and now you question everything you say. I feel like I'm at that point. I'm like, I don't even know what I say. Do I say pronunciation? Do I say pronunciation? I don't know. Hi Ali, welcome. I just want to take a moment to thank you for your live stream and your support and contributions for Colouring for Cancer. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who watched my channel last month. I did make my donation last week after I filmed my completed pages video. Donated a nice chunk to the World Cancer Research Fund, and they are so close to reaching 11,000, which, wow, amazing. Again, my old English teacher, are you in the room? Night, Adriana, take care, lovely. Right, I need to find a marker to base that and that. I'm going to do that now before I finish shading the leaves, so then I can straight away shade that. Right. I want something kind of peach. I'm thinking R12. Quite like that. For a kind of muted red. R12. Ugh. This chair has suddenly got quite creaky. And it is quite annoying. I'm going to see if WD-40 works on this, because we tried that on my last chair and it didn't do anything. But I'm wondering if it'll work on this one. This is perhaps a little bit more similar to the apples than I necessarily wanted, but going with the flow now. It is what it is. I'm just realising now, that shouldn't be blue, should it? That should be the cloth. Hopefully, yeah, it covers up pretty much okay. It's slightly more muted, but it just looks like it's in shadow, so that's fine. Right, let's finish these leaves off, because it needs a little second to dry, otherwise you'll rip the paper with your pencil shading. Cat Beetle is standing on air. I'm walking in the air. It's the sort of thing that when you're doing the background and you're just in the flow, you don't even think about it, and then get to it later and you're like, oh hang on, what have I done here? Idiot. That's why I say if you're ever not sure about how to colour something, leave it. Because often if you colour everything else around it, then you're like, okay. And just looking at it more in the context with the rest of the page, you can be like, okay, that's what that is now. I see. At least it was fixable exactly. You finally started a Tokabeca page, but OMG, the dust cover is driving me insane. How do people leave these on whilst colouring? I find it doesn't really move much. I find mine stays on pretty well, but I mean, take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Do, do, do. Yeah, I find it stays quite well. Don't even know what the inside looks like. Oh, boring. I don't mind a dust cover. I just wish that the inside looked the same as the outside, because otherwise it's just like, I take it off and it's boring underneath. Right, so I've got Pompeii and red, and then I also want to grab coral. Then that will do. Maybe grab the middle cadmium red for the shade colour. Yeah. I think it's strange to have a dust cover on a paperback colouring book. I wish that weren't a thing. Yeah, and it's interesting that they only come on paperback colouring books. Yeah, I wish it weren't a thing. Some people like to remove them so that they keep their books like pristine, but I'm not worried about keeping my books pristine. As I say, a messy book is a loved book. If your book's pristine and you've coloured every page, have you even coloured it? Like having smudges and whatnot on. There's some covers which get really gross, like, oh, my Kawaii Tarot book is gross. I feel like I need to like lightly wash it, because it is gross. But I'm just letting it be. It's that kind of soft matte cover that just gets really grimy and kind of sticky. It's the same with R.J. Hampson's book, like my Lost and Found has got quite gross now as well. I've been in Japan this summer and they have all of them. Oh my gosh. That's like my dream, to be able to browse them in store. Oh, just amazing. And the same with like Disney colouring books, to be able to flip through all those gorgeous, colourful colour by numbers. Amazing. Show us your gross book. It doesn't look gross necessarily to you. At least I don't think it does. Where's it gone? Oh, it's on a different pile. It's like, it's peeling up at the edges. You can see like the plastic cover is, and there's, if I go, you can see shiny spots, and it's like bits of the cover have kind of come away, so it's like it's not meant to be shiny when you go like that, because it almost looks glittery, especially down there. Like here, that's really grubby. Ugh. If I scrape at it, it comes off actually. You can see. But yeah, it's just, it feels sticky. gross. It's just a really bad quality book. I think you can see it best on the back. Yeah, look at that. Where like the sealant of the cover has come away. The matte sealant has come away, so you've just got the glossy cover underneath. And yeah, I'm not neat with my books, but I don't like beat them up. It's just gross. I hate this. This book is terrible quality, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I was colouring something else and the backgrounds came out so smooth compared to this. Like, they can be such a pain, but I love the artwork. Yeah, it does sound sticky. It feels nasty, it really does, but I don't think there's any helping it at this point. No one ever said Quiet Tower was a well-made book, literally. I've had 5 of my books spiral bound today, so that's going to make it possible for me to go on my lap, and that's nice. The kind of cover I don't like are covers like Johanna Basford's or Sarah Shevchik's, especially because they have white spaces, they're going to get so dirty. Yeah, and like with Johanna Basford's newer books, like it was almost nicer with the dust covers because they kept kind of cleaner, whereas like the edges get all scuffed up if you use it a lot with Johanna's newer style. My sister lives in Japan, and I'm hoping she's like, which colouring books do you want for your birthday, lol? Yes. Because, well, they're such good value. They cost like £7-8 for those books, which is amazing. Plastics degrade, so that's probably what's going on with that book. It's the only one that I have it with, though. Yeah, Lost and Found feels kind of grubby, but it doesn't... It's also like a soft matte cover, but I haven't got any of the kind of peeling away. Check in the back. The book to begin with doesn't feel very nice. I know Amy at Amy Ward Art said it feels gritty to her, and I can understand that. She can't stand these books, but mine's just messy, the cover. But I could deal with that. RJ's books, I'll probably get PDFs of his, because yeah, here's that sort of cover. Although I think the newer one feels nicer. Winter Wonder, I think Amazon have changed their soft matte covers, because that one and Joanna Stone's colour palette books, the covers feel softer, and I don't know if it's because they're newer or if they do actually feel softer. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Do you have any recommendation on how many books worth is the best to order all at once from Amazon Japan? Finally was able to register. I want to order all Eerie World series and the new one. Ooh, I mean, I always say order at least 3. I tend to do 4 or 5 in an order. But I mean, honestly, it's whatever works out cheapest for you. My recommendation is add a few books to your cart, go to checkout, put in your address and everything, get to the point before you click confirm, and then it will tell you how much the shipping and handling is, and then you can just test it. You can remove a book, add a book, see how much it goes up or down. That's my recommendation, because only you can say how much you're prepared to spend on an order, and it does increase slightly. I find usually it's around £2 extra the shipping per book, but I don't think I've ever ordered more than 5, maybe 6. I think I might have ordered 6 in one go once. So I don't know if it like gets exponentially more or if it has a limit. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure it's done by weight, which is why it increases a little bit each time. The more you order, the cheaper your shipping per book. But the first book, yeah, usually it's about 22-ish pounds for the first book, and then it goes up by roughly £2-ish per additional book. But yeah, if you just keep going back and forth between like the checkout to check the shipping, as long as you don't click the buy now, then you should be able to go back and forth between. That's what I usually do, being like, do I want to spend this much? If I get rid of this book, how much is that then? Oh, okay, I'm happy with that price. Add that, how much does it change by? Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Right, just coral. And then we are about done with this page. No problem. You bought 5 books with your last order, but regretted not buying one, so now I made a second order with 2 books. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever done an order with just 2. I think 3's been my minimum. Right, there we go. I do quite like the colour compared to the apples. I think it works nicely. Just add a bit there. There we go. It like complements it, but is a bit more kind of muted. A little different tone. Right, let me... They aren't the smoothest, that's for sure, but if you embrace the pencil texture, then you can get some really interesting results. For me, I challenged myself to have Lost and Found as a polychromos only book, and that really helped me sort of understand what I liked and didn't like about using the polychromos. I really like how they give almost like a vintagey look when you're just using them straight. It's a little bit different because they've been based with an alcohol marker. It does give them that more vivid look. But if you just use them straight on their own, you have like a nice vintage vibe. And my biggest advice is embrace the texture of the page. If you're someone who hates seeing pencil, paper texture, polychromos, do not use them on this paper. If you hate that look, this isn't for you. But if you don't mind a bit of texture, then give it a go. Well, obviously, if you're someone who hates using polychromos, definitely not for you in this book. You are not going to be impressed. Right. I think that is me about done for this. There we go. Also, per hour, colouring books are one of the cheapest forms of entertainment, if that helps. Also true. Like, going to the gym once, like, you can't reuse that. Once you paid for it, it's done. Going to the cinema, it's a one and done thing. You can't keep going to the cinema for the same price of the ticket. You buy a book, the amount of hours of colouring fun you have is a lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed colouring this with you all tonight. So I did second page in this book. I think I did a much better job of colouring Matchstick Mouse here, that's for sure. And I also coloured the intro page for Fragile World, which is a focus book for live streams for the first half of the year. So I love this. I mean, did you see me do the 5 and 10 minute challenge? Every previous time I've used a white paint pen highlight has been training for those 5 and 10 minute challenges. I've never done paint pen so quick in my life. But I just have a system, and I'm going to just go with the flow. And until it feels right. There we go. You were there all day. Yeah, it was like all of this is training. Oh, I always seem to miss some when I do leaves. It's because I get distracted and do other things in the middle. There we go. And that one up there. There we are. Nope. Still a few. Oh, and one down there. There we go. So I believe that you really are an artist when you can get a simple drawing to look like this. I love it. Thank you so much. That is such a lovely thing to say. Thank you. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And see, it's kind of like a, what? They look yellow on the backside. And then a nice red apple. But yeah, it was lovely hanging out with you. I will be back on live stream Sunday 3 PM my time in the UK. And yeah, I hope to see lots of you there. If not, then I will see you next week on Friday, same time as it was today. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody!